And the line, this match begins in 3, 2, 1, rebuild.
Our robots are off 1741 and 7617, immediately making their way to the middle of the field and disrupting that collection of fuel. We're seeing 1741 shoot from the back corner of the field as their human player opens up that outpost gate and allows more fuel to fall into their robot. Teleoperated period has started, and both teams have about 33 points to start off teleop. We have a 10-second transition shift where both Alliance hubs are active, and Red Alliance is going to have that first shift for their active hub. 1741 rapidly firing those fuel into the air and making some of them into that Red Alliance hub. We're seeing 1018 shuttle fuel back over to the Blue Alliance from the middle of the field. 3494 for the Blue Alliance doing the same. Seeing 1741 still shooting from the corner of the field by that depot, and their alliance partners 7695 trying to collect some fuel in their robot as well. 1018 and 3494 are ready with a full robot full of fuel to shoot that up and over into the Blue Alliance hub, while 1741's working in the middle of the field to collect and push as much fuel as possible over to the Red Alliance side underneath that trench. We see a lot of lower robots this year to allow them the maneuverability to go underneath the trench and not have to go and worry about the bump. 1741 making their way back over to the Red Alliance side of the field as their shift is now activated. And 3494 is still shuttling those fuel along with their alliance partners over to the blue side of the field. 71's also trying to line up for the Red Alliance. 1741 adding a couple last second fuel before it bounces back over to the Blue Alliance for their shift. Right now we have under a minute left in the match. 113 points for the Blue Alliance, 98 for the Red Alliance. That number is climbing for Blue in the last shift before our end game period. We're seeing 1018 line up against their alliance station wall, trying to shoot with their alliance partners quadrangles into that Blue Alliance hub. 1741 collecting lots of fuel, preparing for that endgame period. This is the last 30 seconds of the match. Teams have their last chance to get as many fuel as possible up and over into those active hubs. Lots of fuel coming from 1741 and their alliance partners. Right now we have just under 15 seconds of the match. Will teams get onto that rung of the bar as well? 8 seconds left in the match. Still fuel flying. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. And that's the end of match number 63. Winning with a score of 196 points to Reds 142. They earned 4 ranking points for hitting that 100 fuel threshold and 3 for winning. That keeps 3494 in 4th place and moves up 7617 and 1018 in the ranks. Congratulations.